So I thought I'd make this video outside today, seeing as though it's very nice. But I'm already feeling a bit sick because my pasty whiteness just can't handle the heat. Oh, and there's a cat. Hello, Roo. So one of the best things about dreaming, whether it be lucid or non-lucid, is dream characters. And at times it's hard to believe that they aren't their own separate entity altogether, just because of how three-dimensional and in-depth they are. And, oh, bloody cat. And I've experienced a lot of very interesting dream characters over the last few years, in particular with lucid dreaming, but there's been some in non-lucid dreams as well. Oh, look at this. Brilliant. Alright, bye. Now, one of my favourite dream characters is the Architect, and I've spoken about the Architect before in various other videos, and basically the Architect is a dream character that helps me to build my dream world, Eden, which again is something that I've spoken about. I have made a video on that, and I will leave a link to that up there. So when I started building a dream world within a lucid dream, I met this character called the Architect, and he helped build a few of the areas in my dream world, and he continues to add to it. And the interesting thing with him as well is every time I go back to Eden and visit him, he usually remembers the last time that we spoke. And you know, he's always very consistent as well, like the way that he looks and the clothes that he wears are always pretty much the same. Another dream character from Eden is Mr. Zen, who's this kind of cool, laid-back guy with long blue hair who lives by a waterfall and skateboards, and he's pretty cool. And he's a character that's usually quite fun to talk to. He's always got some words of advice for me, although I haven't seen him in quite a long time, but he's usually one that when I'm in Eden I will choose to visit and speak to. I've also have quite a few dream characters who aren't recurring, who I've only met like maybe once or twice. And the funny thing about these characters is, you know, a lot of people say that when they get lucid and they try and tell the dream characters that they're in a dream, that the dream characters don't believe them, or you know, they don't go along with it, they kind of fight against it. Whereas with me, usually I find when I talk to dream characters and say, oh, we're in a dream, they're like, well, obviously we are, and they, you know, they kind of take the piss out of me for not realising sooner. And there was one character who I met once called Darwin, who was this black guy who wore a lot of purple. He thought it was absolutely hilarious that I wasn't able to control the lucid dream that we were in. You know, he kept telling me that it's my dream, you know, just do it. But every time I tried to control it, things would go wrong, and he found it absolutely hilarious, which was kind of frustrating for me. But at the same time, you know, I could see why it was funny for him. I've had dream characters who have been almost annoyed at me at times. You know, I've had a few dream characters that I've approached and I've asked them for advice on things, and they haven't been the most helpful. Some have told me to fuck off. Some have just given me really shitty advice. I remember there was a gnome once, just like a random gnome, and I asked if he could help me find my child self, and he told me to piss off and he walked off, and I thought, okay, well. And then there are two dream characters that I really enjoy visiting, and this was from a dream going back a couple of years now, where I got lucid and I went into this library, and it took me a while to realise that this library was basically like a storage room of every thought I've ever had, every memory I've ever had. It was all of me in there, and there were loads of doors that led to corridors, and basically this place kind of went on forever and ever, because you know, all of my memories, all of my thoughts, everything that I've ever done was stored there. And there were two dream characters. There was Ginsberg and there was Holloway. Ginsberg was a fella, Holloway was a woman, and they kind of ran the place. So Ginsberg, he was in charge of the keys, he had just endless amounts of keys on him, and Holloway was she kind of took care of filing everything into its correct place. So basically these two people were kind of in charge of running my subconscious mind and making sure everything was in order and everything was in the right place, so they're constantly at work there. Ginsberg was quite laid back and took everything as a sort of a big joke. Holloway, she was a bit more serious, But yeah, you know, Ginsberg wouldn't allow me to go in certain places, and he kind of teased me, saying that he had the key and he wouldn't let me in there. Kind of a fun character, if not a bit annoying. Like I said, Holloway was a bit more serious, but it seemed like she had more work to do because she was constantly filing everything, whereas Ginsberg just has to make sure he doesn't lose the keys. So yeah, I mean, dream characters are amazing, amazing things. And as I said, it's hard for you to not believe them to be their own person, especially when I go to Eden and it's like I see dream characters I've met before and they seem to have their own memories. You know, they can recall times when they've met me and conversations that we've had. You know, it's hard to not think they are their own people somewhere else. And obviously, you know, like, people have different beliefs there, and I'm not going to say what's right and what's wrong, but for me that kind of just shows the immense power of the mind. Like, the brain is an amazing thing and it can do so much, and you know, I don't think we give ourselves credit for this amazing thing that we have. You know, I don't know if other people have experiences like that. I don't know if that's just to do with how my brain is wired. We all know by now that my brain's a little bit different to other people's, so I don't know if that means my dream characters are more, not real isn't real, but you know what I mean, more three-dimensional, I guess. So yeah, for me, like, dream characters are always one of those things that I absolutely love about dreaming. You know, if I'm having a lucid dream and I don't have a task set, I'll usually just go talk to a dream character and see what they have to say, and get some interesting responses. And it's a really great creative tool as well, because you know, I can find these amazing characters that I can then write about or draw, and you know, find ways of putting them into my work. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about today, dream characters. It would be awesome to hear from any of you about some of your dream characters, maybe a recurring one, or just, you know, any dream character that you met that's had a profound impact on you. If you'd like to buy some lucid dreaming merch, some t-shirts or some of my artwork, there will be a link to that in the description. As well as that, there's my Patreon. You know, if anybody wants to support me on there, I really, really do appreciate it. And if you would like, you can get 20% off on Vivid Dream products, and as ever, the discount code and the link will be in the description. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Max, aka TheRaRaRabbit. I'll see you in the next video.